More news from Sweden before we head into the summer break in Sweden. We've got the Polestar 5 racing up the infamous hill at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. We got the public debut of the Polestar 2 BST edition. We've got Apple CarPlay on Polestars and we got a lowering kit for the performance too. So let's get started. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. You join me in my Volvo C40, the electric only Volvo. Meanwhile, we are charging here at Ionity at a fast charger or DC charger in the southern part of the Netherlands. Anyway, let's get started with the Polestar 5 because there's lots of things happening around the Polestar 5. Earlier, about 4 weeks ago, we had the European patents or designs for the Polestar 5 being leaked, and from that we already could conclude a couple of things, but more interestingly, then Autoblog.com came with spy shots of the Polestar 5 where we could see more details and also see that the car was already running on the roads or on the test tracks in Sweden. So that's a good thing. And then all of a sudden last week, Polestar revealed that the Polestar 5, a very early test vehicle that is, will be racing up the infamous hill at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, and that is currently happening. Yesterday, today and tomorrow they are doing that, and that is super awesome. We also got a couple more details of the Polestar 5, and the most interesting ones about that is that the car is due for 2024. They aim with a completely new drivetrain for a little bit less than 900 horsepower, 884 to be specific. That is insane. That is Porsche E performance if you ask me. And even better, 900 newton meters of torque from a 4-door GT electric vehicle. That's gonna be insane. I cannot wait for that. That is super impressive. And that's not everything around the Polestar 5. Since yesterday, actually, Polestar went to the stock exchange in New York, I believe, on the NASDAQ. And that's why they created a bit of buzz, I think, because they also released a picture of the whole lineup of the Polestar cars, not with the 1 anymore, because that's basically, well, done for now, but of the Polestar 2, 3, the 4 and the 5. And on this picture, pretty interestingly, we can see the rear of the Polestar 3, the SUV. That's going to be a real big car, so think about XC90 kind of size, but they showed that, and also the Polestar 5 also on the rear view. But also interestingly, between the 3 and the 5 is the Polestar 4, the coupe SUV kind of car. Think a bit about a C40. I am expecting more or less. Of course, more aimed towards performance because that is what Polestar is about. So it's not strange that Polestar is sharing so much about the Polestar 5 as they actually document the whole development of this car on a little documentary over here on YouTube as well. So that's super cool. Make sure you check that out. I will put a link to that. But yeah, there we see that, you know, the Polestar 5 is in full development and they are progressing pretty quick. So that's also why I think they are teasing the car now at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Anyway guys, at Goodwood you will also have the chance to see the Polestar 2 BST, the limited to 270 examples performance edition of the already pretty sporty Polestar 2 Performance. Pre-allocations of the car have started and eventually we will have 270 lucky few owners of this special vehicle. Besides the BST, you will also have the chance to spot the Polestar 1 Sun edition, the last 25 examples of the Polestar 1 run. Eventually we had about 1500 cars of that one. Yeah, so that car is saying goodbye already. That's a bit of a bummer. I love the P1. But anyway guys, that's the Polestar 5 at Goodwood, the BST, the Polestar 1 Sun. But there's more news about Polestar because early this week Polestar also released their over-the-air update 2.2, and that one featured a lot of improvements, very nice things, but one thing was outstanding if you ask me, and that was Apple CarPlay. Finally, it is here. Hallelujah. So yeah, last month Thomas Ingenlath, the CEO of Polestar, already teased a little bit around CarPlay, and he showed a picture of Apple CarPlay in his very own Polestar 2. He was running on some kind of beta software, I assume. That got the ball rolling, and they already stated that late in June they would release an over-the-air update with Apple CarPlay. Well, it's here. There are Polestars with Apple CarPlay now, Polestar 2 that are. And that is good news, of course. We've got a couple of pictures of that. And the best thing to see over here is that Apple CarPlay is now a full screen functionality. So instead of, for example, on the Volvo cars, previous generation infotainment system, Apple CarPlay is featured still. So that's nice, but it's only half a screen. Now with the Polestar on the Google iCup system, you got the whole system on the display, so that's a good thing. So that's a good news, Apple CarPlay, but there's also some not good news because after a couple of days they discovered some issues and bugs with the over-the-air update 2.2, which caused that the update was actually put on hold. So 2.2 isn't rolled out anymore until further notice. Quite interesting. That's also a bummer for Volvo Google cars, for example mine, because the iCap system of the P2 and the Volvo's is basically the same, just another interface. And that means that Apple CarPlay was planned for Volvo cars as well, but not anymore, as well. Volvo also said, okay, let's just first fix this and then we'll see. Bit of a bummer. I think there are still some of you who already have Apple CarPlay, so congratulations if you have it already. But anyway, be aware that it is coming again. Apple CarPlay is coming to Polestar, to Volvo, so that's good news eventually, but just fingers crossed it won't take another year. Polestar, Volvo, I'm watching you. Then to conclude, folks, also pretty interesting, Polestar has released an accessory, and that is a lowering kit for your Polestar 2 Performance. So the Performance Edition only, keep that in mind. Available in the Netherlands, the UK, Denmark and Sweden to start with. But a lowering kit that is super awesome, and it lowers your car about 20 millimeters to the ground, 2 centimeters. And yeah, that will give the Polestar 2 Performance a very nice stand. This is also based on, for example, the Polestar 2 Beast. In the press release, they also state that this won't be the last accessory or optimization engineered accessory that is coming to the P2. So I'm very curious what's next. Perhaps a nice little body kit or spoiler, or I don't know. Just saying, Polestar. And in case you own a Polestar 2 Performance Edition, you can order it by the extras part on the Polestar web shop. Just log in with your usual Polestar account on which your car is connected to, and then you will be able to order that, go to the dealership, and they will install it for you. So there we go, folks. That's another quick update on Polestar. Boy, they are busy with updates, new cars, accessories, updates, everything. I'm super excited about it, and I truly hope Volvo Cars is following rather sooner than later, because Volvo has been quiet, if you ask me. Anyway, guys, by the way, we've got a Tesla Model Y Performance driving away from Sweden. So typical, a Tesla from Sweden. Anyway, guys, that's it for now. We got the Polestar 5 testing on the road, currently at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. So if you are close to that, you know, go check it out. That's super awesome. Polestar 2 BST public review going around the world, probably to tease a little bit more. Apple CarPlay, the lowering kit, all kinds of things happening. So there we go, folks. That's an update. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. If you enjoyed these kind of videos, please make sure you give it a like and also subscribe to the channel. We've passed 3,000 subscribers. That is insane. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it big time. If you want to support me a little bit more, shop at FromSwedenWithLove.com. Over there we have original and exclusive accessories for Polestar, Volvo, Lynk&Co, and so on and so on. Make sure you check that out. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.